Hey everyone, I'm Tom from Tab Nation. I'm here with Joe Glines from The Automator, both on YouTube, obviously. We're actually here to talk about if you haven't heard yet, the AutoHotkey Con coming August 6th and 7th. That's a Saturday and Sunday. And we're looking at doing 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. EDT time.
Yeah, this should be a lot of fun. Hopefully we'll have, we're not sure on how, if we'll hit exactly those hours or not. Depends. We're trying to get more people to sign up, right? To know how much content we should have. You can sign up by this URL right above my head here. So just go to the-automator.com/AHKCon. And that just signs you up. Now we're going to get your email address. I think maybe a phone number too, in case you want to get text reminders, but we're not using that email address for anything else other than like sending reminders to, the timing, sending links to the meetings, links to how to ask questions for the Q&A, links to recordings after the fact, summaries, right? So we don't use it for any other purpose.
Yep, and it'll also be in the description below also. Probably pin it into the comments just so it's easy to find for anybody looking around for it. The next thing we were going to talk about is, kind of what we're going to talk about, our lectures and panels. These are things that you guys have kind of pretty much submitted to us so far. So the more feedback we get, the more this might adapt to meet your guys' needs. We're here for you. So we want to hear what you want to do. But as of right now, this is kind of what we're focusing on, pretty much planning at the moment, but things can change. Oh, obviously you guys suddenly have this new topic that comes up over the summer because some update or something. So
Tom,
we're adaptable.
I wanted to remind everyone, this isn't necessarily aimed at beginners, right? We're assuming you've been using AutoHotkey for like at least 6 months, right? So we're not doing hot strings, your very first one, right? That's not something we're going to cover.
Yeah, no sins or any clicks or anything like that. But if you are a noob, completely new to AutoHotkey, maybe you want to see what the future could hold for you. Definitely join. You might just, like Joe said, you might be a little lost, but maybe you get an idea of what the future can hold for you. I know a lot of people see AutoHotkeys and they're like, oh, it does this one thing, but this is also can be a great way for you to, start using your imagination for stuff that you didn't know you could do. But yeah, you might be a little bit lost. Just a warning there to everybody. So the first thing we got here is our lecture topics. So I'm just going to run through that real quick. Some of the things we're hoping to have some lectures on: working with objects, classes, and DOT notation. Another one that I'm definitely looking forward to is web service and API calls. Joe is always great at that stuff. I definitely want to work on that myself. Web scraping, Chrome, auto control, which is a Chrome extension if you don't know. And Joe, if you can help me say that next word.
Yeah.
Using GUIs or graphical user interfaces in version 2, just because they're so different for version 1. Let us know what you guys think about that topic and what specifically you want to know or have us lecture on. Microsoft UI automation, or simply just put UIA. And of course, DLL calls is another great one because it can be a little bit more daunting, I guess, than people are expecting when they go to DLL calls.
Yeah, it's awesome. And then we're also going to have panel topics where we have a group of people that are going to discuss things. So one of the big ones, obviously, is AutoHotkey version 1 versus version 2. Not really about the differences itself, but more like who should be using which one. How are we going to help facilitate the switch so we don't get hung up, kind of like Python had a really big problem switching from 2 to 3 and so on, as well as doing some stuff with like text manipulation. So regex, stir split, in string, whatever. It's amazing how much time we spend doing those kind of things. We're going to have something discussing probably the different types of data storage and which ones you'd use, like SQL, JSON, XML, any files, which one you should use and when, and the benefits, pros, and cons of those, which IDE to use depending on what you're doing, because it's very different depending on what you're doing, which one that I would recommend, because it has a big difference on functionality and complexities. And then kind of going overall the best programming approach depending on the topic that you're doing. Right? Because there's, I have a video where I cover 17 different ways with AutoHotkey that you can automate programs. And how do you know which one to use and when in making that decision?
Yeah, so we're hoping, we're going to be on Zoom. So another good reason to sign up is maybe you want to, especially for like the panel topics, we're going to have some open discussions sometimes too. You know, you can submit your question through, I mean, I don't recommend email because we might not be able to see that very well because we're focused on the camera, but being in Zoom would be a great way for you to kind of chat with us. You know, there's always stuff where it's like, you know, trying to type it out is just so much work when just verbally telling us something is great.
Well,
So,
as
you know, definitely check that out.
I've said a million times now, having real interactive Q&A, it's so much simpler to learn. So not that we're going to be interrupting people presenting during the times, but you can ask questions after the fact, right? We're going to budget time in for that. So yeah, sign up, learn more, and we'll let you guys know as we know more of what's going on.
Yeah, hope to see everybody there.
Cheers.
See you.